There's a new brewery opening almost every month in Arizona right now. There's more on the dockets to be open. We're not finished yet. There's still a lot of growth to be had as a nation in terms of craft beer.
Up until about 4 years ago, Tucson was kind of not being caught on fire by craft beer appreciation. And then all of a sudden it's really taken off. First 1702, they opened up and they put in, I believe, 50 taps on the wall, and they had a constantly changing lineup of beers and always great adventurous stuff.
We opened March of 2006, and at the time we opened there wasn't really any craft beer bar within our area or region. Arizona beer was probably the last frontier, and it still kind of is.
I'm John Atkinson. I'm the brewer and owner here at Iron John's Brewing Company. And we roast them, goes into the finishing stage of our fire and flavor green chili beer. Right away, the smell is just awesome. For me, it says Tucson. We brew 2-barrel batches, so we're one of the smallest breweries in Arizona and Tucson. I like something new. Every time I go to look for a beer, I'm looking for something I haven't had before. And we produce beers to suit that person. We make a lot of different beer, and that's kind of, for me, that was what I wanted to do. The enjoyment of small-scale brewing is that you don't have to make the same thing over and over again. I've spent time making the mistakes and dumping the things that didn't work out. With brewing, that's a lot of the invisible work that people don't see when they pop open a bottle and put it in a glass and go, oh, look at this, is amazing. It's more of a artistic expression.
The purpose of getting into brewing is to be able to serve a product as fresh as we possibly can inside the confines of the space that we have. And then there's the excitement of, is it going to be received the way that you want it to be received? Is everything going to mold the way that you want it to mold together? And I think that's why we keep doing it.
So this is our cask room. They are, for the most part, sour beers. They've been cultured with wild yeast and bacteria. It's a very culinary approach to the idea of designing a beer. The flavor and the ingredients and the things that we have available to us in this region are absolutely unique.
Mesquite beans to prickly pear fruit to saguaro fruit.
In Tucson, we're embracing the food elements in this region, whether it's chilies or locally grown heritage wheat, cactus fruits.
Part of the Edible Baja series of beers being released, we're being tasked with looking at local ingredients and trying to figure out a way to introduce them into a product that's going to be enjoyable and marketable and create that kind of a niche for the Tucson area. For that tasting event, we infused the prickly pear into our jazz session pale. We used a lot of prickly pear. For the next edition, we'll be doing a Chiltepin White IPA.
Almost everybody is doing something interesting, unique.
We are craft brewers. We're not a group of people trying to capitalize on a growing trend. We haven't seen a lot of breweries fail recently.
We're catching up fast. We're up to, I believe, 12 breweries right now, and I think there's at least 12 more in the processing or planning stages. A lot of room for the growth of brewing in Tucson still.